Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dave from PWC Bracket. So we're going to go over some of the false information or some of the information that's out there. Remember, guys, I'm just here to give you guys information. We do a lot of testing. We try to fill you with knowledge, and then you can make your own decisions about what exactly you want to do. We're going to go over the JL Slam Pak, and we're going to explain to you what exactly you are getting. A lot of customers have this misconception, and I'm going to kind of go over and show it to you. Whether you use this information as knowledge or think that I'm just blowing hot air, that's up to you, but we're going to show you exactly what is going on and what the numbers you should be looking for. And also, we're trying to save you money, guys. That's what this is all about. Ride safe, ride loud. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over, and I'm going to go to my screen so you can see some of the things we're talking about. I'll be right back. Okay, what's up, guys? This is Dave from PWC Bracket. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the JL Slam Pak stuff and just kind of give you some information that you guys can use at your own accord. We do have something that we're working on right now. That's why we kind of want to inform you guys. A lot of my customers ask me about my speakers and how loud you can hear them at, and I just want to kind of give you some ideas of what's out there so you guys understand exactly what it is you're purchasing. So let's just go ahead and go over to JL Audio real quick, and we'll look up the Slam Pak, okay? So what we're going to do is most of my customers are not buying this particular, this one right here. They're going to end up, if you're smart, you're not going to buy this one. This one is the one for the sub. So you're going to want to buy the one that's a little bit less expensive, but it's still extremely expensive at $1,800. So we'll just go ahead and go here and let me show you what we're looking at. Okay. So this one's $1,900. This particular amplifier says 600 watts. We're not even going to talk about that one because if you buy this one, then you're just not doing the right thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to this one. This one would be somebody who just wants to add the actual pods, the amp, and the controller. So we're going to go ahead and click on this one. Okay. All right. So let's go over some things here. So basically this system here, it comes with 6.5-inch speakers, same as us. And then it talks about this particular number here, 280 watts. Okay. So 280 watts, 4-channel amp, right? So the way they kind of put this to you is you're thinking you're getting 280 watts. It sounds good, right? 280 watts, that's the number you see, but we got to get a little deeper. So when we start moving down the, start moving down the board here, okay, it kind of tells you about some of the different, features that you have. You got the 6.5-inch speaker. You've got a Class D amplifier, which is a 4-channel amp, and then it talks about the Bluetooth, okay? Now, this particular setup is going to be about, let's see, we talked about it, okay, $1,800, okay? Now, here's where it gets a little funny. So, if you go here, specifications, okay, they actually don't put any, okay, which is kind of funny. They don't actually tell you any of the actual information about the amplifier and everything you're doing, so you got to dig a little deeper. Is this a JL thing to keep you a little confused, or is this really just an honest mistake? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over to the amplifier section. We're going to go to Marine Audio. We're going to go to amplifiers. We're going to look at the MX amplifiers, which is what they're using for the Marine, and the one you will get with that system is going to be the 280x4. Okay, so let's go over some of these numbers real quick. Okay, so 280 watts, they like to use that word very openly. So this is really what we need to be looking at, guys. So here's where we already got to get a little first taste right here. Okay, our first taste here is, so now we no longer have 280, right? So now we're looking at these numbers here. Okay, big difference, right? So, and you're not running, most of my customers are not going to be running 14.4 volts, but we'll get in that in a minute. Okay. So we start looking down, we start reading some of the numbers here, and we're going to actually go into the specifications because this is what you're supposed to be looking at. All right. Most of my customers are not going to be running 14.4 volts. Okay. This is usually for higher end systems. If you have a jet ski, your jet ski will charge at 14.4 volts, but you're usually running lower than that because your engine requires power and it sucks down the voltage a little bit. And remember, you're not using an alternator on your particular jet ski. It's using a generator. Okay. So now that we're looking at that, let's just go ahead and go over some of these numbers we see here. Okay. So now we talk about this number here. Okay, so now you no longer have this. Okay, whoops, hold on. You no longer have this. You no longer have this. So this is what they're probably doing. They're running it bridged at 4 ohms. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. Okay, the bridged at 4 ohms means that you're taking 2 of the channels and you're bridging them together to get 4 ohms, okay? So, and you're going to get 140 watts at 2 times 2, right? Because you're basically doubling it up. But the issue that I have here is that most of you guys aren't running the 14.4. So we go down to this one, which is probably what you're going to be running, is going to be the 12.5. We're going to be somewhere around this range. So this is where the numbers start changing here. So now you're looking at 100 watts times 2. So these are some of the numbers you need to be looking at. Okay, guys. Also, something I want to point out is that the JL Audio will not even put out 100 watts. I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to tell you why, and they actually kind of talk about it here. Okay, so the speakers that they're using are 75 watts RMS. Okay, so what that means to you is that they are 75 watts RMS. So that means they're only hooking the amplifier up to, they're going to hook the amplifier up to only 65 watts. And they actually state it pretty much, they don't state it here, but they do tell you if you call them. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we kind of go through all this and read all this, and then, hold on one second. Okay, sorry, I had to fast forward to this real quick. I was searching for it on the website. They make it very hard to find some of the important information, but I did eventually find it, and you'll see it right here when we click on it. What they're doing is they're selling the Slam Pak system, so I'm sorry about that, guys. So I'll fast forward, and then you'll end up here. So this is where we get some information that we need to see. So this particular information right here is what I am not happy about. Okay, so for optimal performance and reliability, all amplifier controls have been preset. What this means is that you cannot, they have it sealed up. It's sealed up. You could probably get in there, but it is sealed up and it's already set to a certain frequency, and it's set to a certain amplifier setting. Okay, so what that means for you is that when you go into the amplifier itself and you're looking at the amp, they don't even show it here where you can get into the amp. But when you're looking at the amplifier itself, there's little crossovers and gain controls inside. So the issue here is that you cannot change the gain control. They set this from the factory at 65 watts. Okay. The reason why is the speaker they're using is 75 watts. Okay. So you are not getting 100 watts. You're not. This is not happening. You're getting 65 watts. You're more than welcome to call JL Audio. They will tell you that they have it set to 65 watts. They're setting this most likely with an oscilloscope, which basically measures voltage. Now, here's the other issue with this particular problem here. The problem here is that when you get your setup and you get it all set up, when you're setting this up, the issue is that everybody's Bluetooth is different, guys. So some Bluetooths are louder, some are not. And because you can't adjust it, you might just be missing out on a few more decibels of sound. We do suggest getting any type of these systems installed by a professional, okay? So that's something I would definitely suggest. We do make our own system, and our own system that we make is actually 100 by 2, and I'll show you that real quick. So I'm going to pause the screen real quick, and I'm going to go to the speaker that we're using. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're back. So we're working with a company right now that is going to help us build this system for the jet skis. It's all waterproof. And what's really exciting about our system that's compared to the JL Audio system is the fact that ours is actually a 100 by 2 RMS. The reason why is because the speakers we're using are higher rating speaker than what JL Audio is using. We also use a 4-inch passive radiator, which is pretty awesome stuff. If you know anything about passive radiators, what they do is allow the speaker to give a little bit more of a bass note, and this will actually work very good for you guys. It actually sounds like an 8-inch subwoofer in this thing. It's pretty darn awesome. Also, it's IP7 rated, and it's going to be at peak, it's going to be at 4 ohms, which is what we're running. Okay, guys, remember we talked about this 4 ohm number, right? So we're actually at 100 by 2, which is going to be very similar to what JL Audio is using. However, we can actually control ours, whereas JL is locked. Remember, you can't control that. So these are just some of the features that we're going to be coming out with, and I just wanted to kind of go over some things so you guys know there's certain numbers you need to look for. Like this number right here, 300 watts. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's all peak sound. So we really want to focus on this RMS sound. That's going to be your true number. And so we just wanted to kind of show you what it is you're buying. And I will tell you that mine, so the JL Audio is about $1,800. Okay. Ours will be $800. Okay. It'll come with the exact same thing. It'll come with a remote, amp, and 2 speakers. Sorry, 2 speakers. And it'll come with the mounting hardware. And, sorry, my handwriting is bad. It'll come with all the mounting hardware. So it'll come with everything. So you can do $1,800, or you could do the same exact thing with more power and save $1,000. Okay, just FYI. That's all I wanted to let you guys know. Ride safe, ride loud, and we just want to kind of go over some of the ins and outs of what you guys are actually getting and what you're spending money for. I did an average earlier. If you bought this particular system that we're going to be selling, it comes out to basically a fifth of what you're selling. So here, it comes out to $32. I think it came out to $32 a watt, or $18 a watt. Okay, and ours comes out to like $4. It's ridiculous. So keep that in mind. Ride safe, ride loud, guys. And you know, we're gonna make sure to let you guys know it's all about information and being knowledgeable about when you're purchasing all this stuff. Okay, guys. So just keep that in mind. Ride safe, ride loud, and I hope to see you guys on the water soon. Thanks for your time.